Talking, it might say something. Did you play these? No, don't copy out. Don't copy out. Before it's the greatest movie. I'm a real boy. You're tuned to the hottest DJ in the world. DJ Scorpio.
I might need that for real. I might need that.
I might need that kind. You're like this. I don't know what I would do without you. Like if you was a girl, I probably was that.
No, wait. I thought that was for grass.
In the here, right? Like check 1 2. We definitely have to close this door like that. So, mics that we're not using, we could just turn down all over. So, this mic,
You have to mute the phone.
this is what
That's what I'm saying. The phone's on music?
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming from there?
This is what it sounds like when they talk. Check. Get your kind of guy. You're able to get in the building. It'll come with a gift and shut up. That chocolate and extreme great.
Extreme chocolate. Yes. Shut up. That chocolate. Extreme great. This is extreme chocolate. Because it's dynamic, right? So you have everything hot.
Tell them on your plate. So we're going live on U3 in a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Y'all go on YouTube or Facebook, look up U3 Radio. Y'all will see this interview live. Come chat with us, cause that's why you know what I mean. But we already know. You got anything you want to say?
Hey, stop playing.
Stop playing.
My favorite DJ.
Hey.
I'll be over here out the way.
Oh, it's loud right now?
Yeah, live.
Oh, snaps, we in the building, you know. Hey, hold on, cause I still trying to get some people on the meet. Trying just, you know what I mean, we load on some people to follow this guys real quick. I do my part and I do my part. Just yelling.
Oh,
It's just me.
It's just me. It's me, Mario. Alright. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yo, what's good? This is your boy DJ Scorpio. We at U3 Radio at Stop Playing Studios. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We got a special guest for y'all, man. Well, today, you know what I'm saying? Where the introduction should begin?
You want me to do it, or you want
entrepreneur, pop star, actor. You know what I'm saying? Photographer, videographer. I mean, the list goes on. Faktor, what's happening?
Hello. You know what I mean? I was like very skeptical on how like the introduction would come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried.
You need a little bit more of a like a little, but like
a little bit more.
yeah, like you know what I mean? Like usually when I introduce myself, I usually go off like you do it. I mean, it's your boy kind of guy, the ultimate samurai, the girls them sugar.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to know why it's the girls them sugar, you have to ask the girls there. It's your boy Kai Faktor, and we live. I here with DJ Scorpio. We in the mix.
Okay.
We live on U3 Radio. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Studio, just like what you say. I mean, let me talk no more. We gonna make it sound more comfortable. I'm on. I don't know DJ Scorpio, but me and DJ Scorpio are actually really good friends. You know what I mean? When I came to San Antonio, right? DJ Scorpio was the first person that gave me the first opportunity to perform on my first show. He gave me so much opportunity, so it's cool to be on this platform. You know what I mean? Being interviewed by my boy Jack, like this is dope. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I go see me smiling. I go hear us making a lot of inside jokes. I hope you know what I mean, with it. But yeah, I talk in an accent. You know what I mean? So if y'all don't understand, you know,
it's definitely a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what you been doing lately? That's what I want to know, because I haven't seen you like in a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've just been living in. I took a break after releasing my last project. I kind of just took a step back and just kind of do some self-reflection and self-loving. You know what I mean? Very important. So I want to say in the next coming months, I'll be back into the music thing. But as of right now, I still have a medication away from music, anything production-wise. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so you talked about your last project. Yeah. I see that you had a lot of features on there.
Yeah.
Like you showed love to the city of San Antonio like nobody showed love before.
Yeah.
Like how'd you feel about that? Like that's gotta be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, interacting and networking with people. Like we go to these shows and we interact and we see these artists perform in front of us. And like there's never like a let me help, you know what I mean, or let me collab. You know what I mean? I always see people go to these shows and they see each other every day, but they never talk to each other.
Right.
So I felt it was very important for me to network and make those relationships. I want to say when I had actually initially reached out to the certain people, right. It was like mad love, because the same love that I was given, they was also giving me.
Can you drop a few names if you know?
Yeah, I work with some artists like Diversity, Galaxy 214, Xavier, you know what I mean, C Will, you know what I mean? And those are like heavy hitters in the underground scene. Because I feel like, you know, the underground scene is so huge, right? So on the underground scene that I with, with the one that I with, these are some heavy hitters that been pushing up consistent hits and making big moves. So it was just an honor to work with these people and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it's cool, because me coming from an island, you know, it's crazy, right? Because like I'm showing up to these shows and I'm a pop star.
Yeah, I don't want
to say that I'm a rapper. No, I'm a pop star, so I'm going to these shows and I legit doing my pop music. And to be, how would you say, like compared to these artists is a really good feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me more so, it's just like,
yeah,
definitely. You know what I mean? And like we are working at, you know, I kind of lose my train of talk over here, like, yeah, I'm a pop star, You know what I mean? Yeah, just working with these people is really cool, you know what I mean? Because I would see them perform and I would see people here singing their songs, like, man, your music is good and their stage performance is even better, you know what I mean? So working with them, like I said, was really good. And those are just, I think, basically I named everything on the EP that I recently released, you know what I mean? So
like I would actually like your favorite song, but that might be that might be reaching.
It might be reaching. But I like every song for a specific reason. But if I had to choose a song, I would have to choose Shining.
Shining.
Yeah. Shining is just so fun. Like it's like it's never time you hear that song and you just like you chilling back, you just like that song will get you moving.
Man, I do this every time.
So like I would say Shining is definitely like the fun song. So I really enjoy fun songs. I like fun. So when I make Shining, the purpose was like summertime, having a good time in summer. So I think I achieved that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a good time. It's a good time listening to that song. So I would definitely say Shining. But like I said, yeah, I gotta put the disclaimer out there. Every song had a specific purpose. So like me making a song is a reason why I made that song, is a reason why I like that song. So I have to say, you know what I mean? Like, but Shining, I mean, Shining is
It's
just
one of those.
yeah, it's a I mean I'm sorry, but Shining, yeah.
To get away from it real quick, like, because I know it's part of why you make music. Like, talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, like, where you from, because you do have a strong accent. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, oh, he's from here, he's from there, but where are you actually from?
I'm from the United States, Virgin Islands, an island called St. Croix.
Same place Tim Duncan's from.
Yeah, definitely. If you don't say it don't make sense. It really don't make sense. Yeah. So I'm from the U.S. Virgin Islands. You know, guys ever have a trip destination y'all want to go to? I definitely recommend. I don't get paid to say it, but if I did, you know what I mean, I would be saying it just like this.
Enough.
You know what I mean? Go.
Send everybody.
Yep, everybody go. I tell them I send you. Say Kai Faktor. The girls them sugar. If you don't say the girls them sugar, they ain't gonna know who I is.
So how was the music scene over there when you was doing music? Like, I know that inspired you a lot.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, right? And I definitely let me just want to go on live real quick, right? So give me a quick second. Let me go on live on my Instagram real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hold on.
Man, shout out U3 Radio, man. You know what I'm saying, for putting all together and Stop Playing Studios. You know what I'm saying, for letting us be in their home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's love. Shout out to JG, man. Yeah.
Sorry,
Engineer, entrepreneur. He moving in these streets, owner of Stop Playing Studios, for real. But back to you.
Yeah, so music back home, you know, our music is very diverse, and one thing with the music is that there's a lot of calypso, soca, reggae, dancehall, and the scene as far as like rap and pop goes, you really don't have artists like that.
Really?
So like I was in a group with my twin brother, and one thing that we're going to these hip hop shows, these reggae shows, and we're like the only group singing pop music. And again, like when you have, like when you stand out and you know you're confident, you're gonna make a difference.
Right.
And yeah, it was because you do hear my accent, you do hear certain terms that I might use that's reference to the island and stuff like that. But like you know, it's a fusion, definitely a fusion of like, you know, pop music and island music. You know?
So what made you bring it over here to San Antonio?
I mean, you know, like I want to say, like I would think that, like, you know, in life we change. You know what I mean? We adapt, we move, and some move we don't see coming. I moved to San Antonio is a move I didn't see coming, and me being here is just like when I got here, I was like, man, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do no music. I don't want to shoot video. I just want to let's see what life has for me. And I got depressed. I got really depressed, and I was just like, why am I so depressed? And then I said, maybe it's because I'm not doing music, right? So I started doing music. I started loving it, and then I started a show, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but you connected me with Cheryl,
Right.
and she put me on that first show. It was like, I want to say maybe like 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And yeah. Before COVID, like we was making moves heavy before COVID, and then COVID happened, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
we gotta chill. We gotta chill. But yeah, so the move over here wasn't planned, and me bringing the music over here was only because like I felt like when I was depressed, it was my outlet.
Right.
And I ain't depressed anymore. You know,
Let's go. Let's go. Man, so you've been definitely moving, man. And so I'm proud of you because you haven't let anything stop you for too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that you don't cuss in your music.
Yeah.
Is that like intentional?
So it's intentional, and like here it is, right? It's two reasons, right? When I was working with certain producers, you always have to pay extra for a clean mix and your regular mix. You know what I mean? So for, you know, money purposes, you know what I mean, saving money, you just easily just get yourself a song that you have to cuss in, right? And I feel like I can articulate myself in a way that I don't necessarily need to curse to get my point across. Like I feel like I can say whatever I need to say. Well, because what cursing is like, you know, word enhancers, let's say, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I think if I talk to you, you gonna understand, you gonna know, you gonna feel it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like I also with like cursing is like it prevents your music from being played in certain places.
Right.
You know what I mean? You close doors
Right.
when you could music, you know what I mean?
Hey.
So there's a lot
Branded.
of yeah, you know what I mean? So that's why another reason why I'm cursing my music. Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessarily needed. But I curse in I have to say this, man.
Well,
I curse in real life. If you have a conversation with me, right, the amount of bad words to come up my mouth is like, you okay? Yeah. And you know personally, you know what I mean?
I would not agree.
Yeah, express. But yeah, so that's really why I don't necessarily feel like music, you know what I mean? Because,
So why'd you make the song like motherfucking love song? Like what was that about?
so like,
Because of your music.
I don't cause my music, so just like, you know,
that, you know?
I don't freestyle. I have a lot of songs that I just sit and I call them throwaway songs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a full of throwaway songs that's just there, sitting and being. One thing about being in music or being in the industry period is consistency, right? So the minute you disappear, it's like you have to start all the way over again. You have to cultivate that fan base again, get people attention. So like whenever I was just sitting on a song, and I was in a writer's block mode where you can't write music, can't create,
right.
And I basically had these songs in a folder. I was just like, you know what, this one. Eeny, meeny, miny, all right, this one.
Okay, by the way, yeah, we'll check that out.
Appreciate you. And yeah, that's why it came out. But like, I did have a clean version, but like, you know, the thing about, and I tell anybody listening, right? If you are a creator, right, always have a backup, have a cloud backup stuff, because I've lost so much music just like thinking it's gonna be there, and I go back and my music's disappeared, you know what I mean, or the drive is destroyed. So I always have a backup. The reason why I released motherfucking love song, it's so weird. The reason why I released it is because I didn't have a clean version, because it got messed up in the midst of my hard drives being messed up. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's why I released it.
So I mean, you have been on tour before.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest thing that you've seen on tour? I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody out there wants to know, because that hasn't been on tour.
I mean, my personal experience on tour, like I'm very business savvy, you know what I mean? So when we went on tour, we went on I think it was like a good bit of cities. We went to Dallas, everywhere in Texas that was popular. We went to Dallas, Houston, of course San Antonio, Killeen, Laredo. We went everywhere, and I think we performed at least 2 to 3 clubs every city we went to. And like I'm so big, like the people that I was with, everybody was partying, and I'm so like business savvy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, like all right, I don't like driving, so I'm just like, all right, I gotta go to the hotel room right now. I go see how later, and everybody's just like, well, we got like 4 hours before we have to leave, and it's just like, yeah, but I got. I was killing everybody by like, yeah, bro, like, nah, I don't want to drink. I don't drink, by the way, but like, I don't want to drink, bro. But if they had food, if they had food, I was definitely like, yeah, I'll stay for some food. Y'all cooking fried chicken? Y'all cooking rice? Yeah, let's get it. You know what I mean? But the craziest thing I have to say on tour. So when I went on tour, I was pushing this song called Taco, and you know. Taco was, it's a song about tacos, like actually talking about tacos, the love of tacos, and San Antonio being the place where you could get the best tacos, facts, right? And I had find myself going to these shows, and people calling me Taco Boy, right? I had performed this song like twice.
I mean, you had the full entourage, you know what I'm saying? Like you had the bandana, the shirt.
Yeah, and that definitely, I feel like when you promote a song, promote it. Yeah. Don't have acid. I ain't gonna promote your song for you. Got promote your song for yourself. So like, promote it. And I remember the last night at the tour, when I walked in there, like I performed a song before, right? And everybody was just like, yeah, okay, cool, right? And then like they heard the instrumental,
yeah,
and everybody just started going nuts. right?
Right.
And I was there like I'm standing up there like a little boy, like, nah, like right. And I'm looking at my camera guy, and I'm just like, bro, like, he's just like, go ahead. I just like, bro, I can't. Like these people like screaming, like, yeah. I'm just like, okay, right. So when I started performing, word for word, everybody singing the song with me, bro. I'm just like, wow, like,
Yeah, I think I seen that video.
yeah, I'm like, damn, dude, like, you know what I mean? I pulled it up, and they,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That was a real good feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Like you, like, you're doing music, and you want to see it, you want people to experience your music with you. And when you do connect, when you finally see that you can connect, that it is, you know what I mean?
Right. Damn, man. Well, let's rewind a little bit. How'd you get your name? Like Faktor. Like how'd you come up with that?
Right. So my name was actually given to me, and I want to say like my twin brother. We used to draw comics like manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, little boy dream, and my brother had this group of superheroes called K Factor.
K Factor. Okay.
Yeah. So everybody in the group had a K, right?
Right.
And they were superheroes. Everybody had a specific power or whatever. I was in the group because Kai.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the group, Kevin, and they had all these other characters that we created and stuff like that. And after being in the group for so long, we just used to go as Kevin and Kai.
Yeah.
Everywhere we performed Kevin and Kai. We had a really big show where we was actually opening up for the Cheetah Girls for Disney.
Oh,
yeah, and
okay.
yeah. And then the manager and the booking agent that was setting that up was asking us for our name, and he was just like, I don't really think Kevin and Kai like marketable. So we had to create a name on the spot. And in the background, my bigger brother was like, why don't y'all just use K Factor? And he was just like, oh, I love that. And it went from there. And then to identify ourselves as people with the last name Factor, I think that's really cool. So my brother and I are Kevin and Kai Factor. You know what I mean? We don't use our last name. You know what I mean? That's the stage name. So
yeah.
That's what I need.
People really think it's their last name.
Yeah. Mr. Factor. Oh, yeah. What's up? Yeah.
So what artists influenced you today?
I listen to a lot of Kyle.
I was about to say, we really have to think hard about that.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Kyle. I like music that's just like free, you know?
Right.
I like music that's just free. I don't listen to that hardcore. I don't even do rap, you know? But I just like music that makes me feel good. If it makes me feel good, I rap it. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah. But Kyle, Heavy Brown, you know what I mean? Chris Brown Forever Babies. And Justin Bieber, a lot of Justin Bieber. I guess that's why I keep the little pop in it, you know what I mean? But yeah. Kyle, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber. As of late, so yeah.
Oh, awesome. See?
Hey, for all the girls that not watching, I just want to know, right? What? I don't want to see I don't want to see your reaction for a quick second. I said, you want my
He do that sometimes in his shows.
No, I gotta do something in my mind.
So describe yourself like in three words. How would you describe yourself?
Like fun, innocent, and cute.
Fun, innocent, and cute.
Yeah, but that's me being on the cocky rate.
How are you fun?
We having a good time. We having a good time. Hey, you want to like, you having a good time? Hey, you having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
That day split itself. We gotta set ourselves for it.
And we don't even need to have no shots or nothing.
You know me. I'm that guy that's like, man, you didn't even drink anything for the night. It's just like, yeah, I did it. You just chilled it. Yeah. He's like, I'm a good time. It drinks.
How you innocent? Hey, it's gonna be some curveball. Some curveball. How you cute?
Okay, now with this dude, this man sleeping on me, man. You okay?
So what are some of your pet peeves in let's switch lanes here. So what are some of your pet peeves of being in a relationship?
In a relationship, my pet peeves are in being in a relationship. So first and foremost, you know what pet peeves are? Can you tell the people that are listening what pet peeves are?
Pet peeves is something that you do not like in a relationship.
I don't like entitlement. You know what I mean? I don't like when people feel like I have to treat them or have to do certain things. You know what I mean? I hate that with a passion. That's you know what I mean. To find yourself in a nice situation with a female or man, depending on what you're into. Um,
That's
be,
good. That's good you said that.
huh?
That's good you said
Yeah,
that.
I mean, depending on what you're
that
into.
was real.
Make sure you're in a comfortable environment, man. Just a comfortable environment where somebody understands you. They want to understand you. Not they understand you, but they want to understand you. They want to grow with you.
Right.
And they try to learn why you're the way you are, just as you try to learn why they are the way that they are.
Oh,
But
man.
entitlement. What about you?
Teach them.
Yeah, I mean
Teach 'em.
you know me. You know what I mean?
You
You
know
know
what I'm
me. So what about you? What are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves are like you're trying to see what I'm doing every single moment of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say I'm going somewhere, that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I might stop a couple places along the way.
Yeah.
But if I say I'm going to this specific place, that's where I'm going. I mean, I'm not stepping out.
Yeah.
So,
So would you say
other places,
your pet peeve is trust issues? Like somebody that don't
yeah, somebody that's insecure.
insecure? Yeah, I mean I
Yeah.
can relate with that. Like I said again, I feel like before you call anybody your boyfriend or girlfriend, you definitely need to date
Or your friend.
or your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, date.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? A lot of us don't date. We rush into these relationships thinking that everything is great, but it's like a job. I tell people relationships are like a job now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have that
Yes.
date period. You know what I mean? Your job is can't fire you in 3 months. You should date a person for 3 months or more before actually committing to a relationship. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
dating exclusively. You know what I mean? Because you could date and still talk to one of our people. A lot of people don't know that. So this is why they have these unnecessary arguments because we don't communicate. But we don't communicate because we've never been taught how to fully understand what dating is and how to go about dating.
Yeah.
We just watch movies or we hear from our friends or our brothers and sisters. We see that and we're just like, man, I want a girlfriend. But it's
Right.
just like, how do you even go about creating and cultivating a relationship through knowledge without knowing what to do?
Right.
Ask a question.
That's a
Reject.
question.
But I always say, like, look it up. Like, there's stages to dating and get up and do some self-reflection and see what you skip. And when you go and talk to your partner, the next partner, just make sure that they are willing to know what these steps are with you. It's a growing process. I want to grow with you.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know what dating is. So they just
And,
dive into relationships.
Communication is a big thing.
Yeah.
Percentage of my communication came from this guy sitting next to me. There's a percentage of where my communication came from. Every time I get heated, you're like, hey, man, I don't think we had to do is talk about it.
Yeah. All we gotta do is talk about it, bro. Like, you ain't gotta scream at me. And you know, I always tell people communication is key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most times when stuff is failing,
Mhm.
in through like a friendship, relationship, even a business relationship, most times when stuff is failing is because of a lack of communication.
Right.
Most of the time. So I always encourage people like, hey, communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to communicate too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
Because the same way, like I can communicate to, I know you personally, but I can't talk to you like how I can talk to baby. You know what I mean? So it's just like knowing where you are and how to go about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with you when you said you know, that person not trusting you, that person being insecure as a pet peeve, definitely is like ooh. And then like for me, it's like entitlement. Don't make me feel like I have to do stuff because the same, like I don't expect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I don't have to do that.
Before we change the subject real quick, I just want to ask, what's your pet peeve in relationships? Now we got after we get after come right now. We get this conversation a little too sweet to check. So just like I just wanted to bring in.
So I need the girls' perspective.
Yeah. Kind of, you want my
DJ Baby Blue Diamond, by the way.
What was the question?
What are your pet peeves in a relationship?
Oh, my main one is communication.
Communication, all right.
Like you said, you have to talk it out, but not just talk it out. Anything. If you mad, someone did something to upset you, voice it. Don't just be mad. If you don't like something, voice it. Don't just be mad and like block people. Block them.
Oh
like,
man, that's block culture right now.
Oh, that is toxic.
Block culture.
And then only that too. Like if you ask somebody out on a date or something, and something comes up, voice it. Don't just like not show
don't
up.
just
Don't just like not show up or not communicate. 3 days later, hey, we good. How we good?
Yeah, you
3 days later.
Oh, 2 days. You be
2 days
surprised.
later?
2
Oh,
days,
my
you be
God.
surprised.
Even
Like,
a day later. Don't,
after 3 days later.
Don't ghost me, period.
oh, this is don't go me period.
Don't ghost me,
Yeah.
period.
Just,
We should
don't
be
do that.
communicating. If you can't make it, you let me know immediately.
And laziness is another one of my pet peeves.
Yeah. The lack of effort.
The lack of effort.
Yeah.
Not just in a relationship, but in general. Like,
Yeah.
Is she a hustler, baby?
well, not just in working.
They got to
like,
match. They got to match your energy, right?
Well, not okay. Let's say you don't have a normal 9 to 5, but if you're not working towards any goals, then you're lazy. Like if you ain't got a normal 9 to 5, but you want to be a photographer, but you haven't went out and taken no pictures, then how are you working on being a photographer?
No, I agree with that. Like I personally need somebody that's doing something, and if you're not doing anything, it's just like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta be the person to bring the bread. I ain't saying that I ain't want to bring the bread home, but you know what I mean? 2 paychecks better than one. You know what I mean? Just like 2 paychecks better than one. You know what I mean?
So how much more time we got?
You can interview alone, you?
The man,
Okay.
the man
So,
done with me.
no.
The
I
man
just
done
want to
with
make
me.
sure that our time is not going over.
Hey,
You know
the
what I'm
man, you
saying?
get me,
There's
yeah.
no time limit.
Okay.
It's whenever you feel like the.
Okay, so
If you hold on, if you tuned in right now, this is a practice interview. So let me know what you think of DJ Scorpio, how he's doing. If you feel like he's not doing good, he's doing great. Shout out to Hypnotic the DJ. He was tuned in for a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. So drop your comments. Let us know how this interview is going. We want your feedback.
Facts.
You
Facts.
three, the people who are tuned in, you are our listeners. So give us your feedback. We trust your feedback.
Yeah.
I also want to shout myself out because I hear Faktor.
Oh, here we go.
Here you go.
Yeah, I got to do it.
Well, thank you, Baby Blue Diamond, for chiming in on this.
Mhm.
So back to the music, my boy.
Yeah.
What is your recording process like? Do you write first, then get the beat, or do you get the beat first, then you write? What is that recording process like?
I am being 100% honest when I say this. Like, I think I gotta get a beat first, but I don't even write. I haven't been writing. I think like for the past 2 years, I haven't been writing. I've legit just been going into the studio, the mic, recording studio, and just like freestyling.
That's it?
That's been it. Like every song you hear from Shining to Celebrate, all of those have legit just been me playing an instrumental, recording a freestyle, and just changing it up whenever, you know what I mean? Like, and I need to write because I think I do way better when I write. But like everything you've heard, in this last project was like legit me freestyling.
How do you know when they're like singles? How you know when they're like this the one? Like is it a feeling or?
I think like it's not really a feeling, but like, you know, I feel like for me, you know, like one thing I stem my music off is what I'm hearing on the radio. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And most of the time you want a song that like you want a really good hook. You want to hook them. So when the song is like really catchy and you're moving, and of course you don't want to be biased because everybody thinks their music sounds great. You know what I mean? Like send your music into one of those live music streams and let strangers rate your music. You know what I mean? Hurt my feelings. That's why we don't grow. Let me know if the mix is bad. Yeah. Let me know if it sounds horrible. Like you let me know because at the end of the day I want growth. And I would say that like, you know, for me it's just like I would always like figure out like, you know, with the freestyling and all of that, it's just like sometimes I have my hits, sometimes I have my misses, but if I listen to a song consecutively and it's just like, man, this is it. Yeah. Then I always send my music off, and I always have like a lot of people that I don't know personally listen to my music and give me their feedback. Like as soon as I'm finished with my project, when I was finished with the Nothing I've Been Doing, I've legit sent it out to a couple of studios and had them critique it. Nice. Because and all the critiques, I would never sit here and say that all the critiques was great. You know what I mean? But I know for my next project, it's gonna be better. Next project, what's that gonna call? Can we get a little deep on that? You The next project is up to something. Up to something. Yeah, I'm up to something. Yeah. And all I have is a name right now. We just actually getting back into the studio because I want to say like I said, taking a break. I took a break. I'm taking a break. So eventually we're gonna get back into the studio, and it's gonna be cool. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's go. I mean, let's go. I mean, wait a minute. So let's talk about Shining and Celebrate, your two smash hits. Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you want to talk about? What
Like-
what we talking about?
Shining, like, how did you like say, okay, I'm gonna make this a video? You know,
So I mean, overall for that entire project, so last year when I released the Nothing I've Been Doing, I went on tour, right? It didn't really have the visuals behind that project, you know. So I told myself in this next project, which is the Nothing I've Been Up To, I definitely want to do visuals. So all the songs on that project supposed to have visuals.
Yeah.
Some of them haven't been released yet. We're still working on some, but like my goal was to shoot visuals for every single song on the EP. You know what I mean? So like Shining was the first video. Like, okay, so on that project, a lot of people don't know this, but I shot and directed all my music videos myself.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I shot and directed. I put
That's
everything
some
together,
talent.
and yeah, we put everything together, and I shot and directed everything myself. You know what I mean?
Word.
So it's just like you ask, like, you know, of course, like how you in the, like, I don't want people to let me correct it,
It's work.
but I don't want people to because when you say you shot everything yourself, they assume like,
Yeah.
how are you in
In
the
the video,
yeah. No, I had somebody help. Yeah, hold the camera, you know what I mean, and I give them instructions, but it wasn't like somebody. I direct everything, you know what I mean? And
Right.
Shining for me was so special to me because that was the first time I did that on this project. Like, as my music career starts now,
Yeah.
it was the first time that I did that, and from there it was just like, man, this is as easy. Like, we make stuff so hard.
Right. Yeah.
We make stuff so hard. We just overthink things, and we're just
Everybody
like,
does.
man,
Yeah.
how are we gonna do this? You just do it. You just
Do
figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop. And anybody that listening, I don't, you know what I mean? Anybody that listening, I know from now. Let me let you guys know. I have to change it, but let me let you guys know. Anything that you want to do is doable. Anything you want to do is doable. Don't allow yourself to create these false obstacles or prevent yourself from achieving your goal because it's achievable. I'm just letting you know.
Amen.
I have a question.
What's up?
I know I'm not supposed to be in this interview.
Hey.
I have a question about your
Come on.
Celebrate video.
Yeah.
So Celebrate is supposed to be happy. It's a celebration.
Yeah.
So why would you add that unso happy ending at the end of the video when Diversity proposed to the girl and she says no? You still supposed to celebrate that?
I mean,
Tell us about that. How'd you come up with that concept?
so it was a curveball, you know what I mean? As entertainment goes, you know what I mean? Everybody expected, you know, typical right thing, oh, happy ending. This is a song about happiness. We're going to celebrate. But what if you don't think you got to celebrate the good and the bad because that's how you grow?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Eventually, through that, you're going to move on. You're going to look back at that and be like, man, I'm happy she said no.
Yeah.
Because now I found the person for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you don't get a lot of things.
That's if they find a person.
You don't find them. Everybody have a person.
Everybody has a person.
Sometimes that person
You're
ain't
live.
actually a
On
person.
U3 Radio.
Sometimes that person ain't actually a person. Sometimes that person is yourself.
Mm.
Okay, after you said that, I know where he was going with that. I did not know where you was going with that.
Hey,
I'm like,
my
what
boy.
you talking about?
Hey,
Took me out with it.
what am I saying? What am I saying? You got one the little. I need a little white stripe. Yeah, I preach into that preacher. Lord and the Lord said, the person that you are looking for might not be a person, but it might just be yourself.
Amen.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's a fact. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna definitely wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate.
Social media.
What's your social media, man?
Oh, so check this out. Y'all can find me anywhere as Faktor on Facebook, Faktor on YouTube, Faktor, anywhere you want to follow me. I mean, even if I want to cash out me,
Yeah.
cash out Faktor.
There you go.
Spell out K Factor.
Yeah.
You know, it's
K.
It's not factor with a C.
Yeah. Faktor,
Facts.
KIFAKTOR. So you just substitute the C for a K, and you know what I mean, get Faktor. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can find me anywhere, and you know what I mean. Send me a message. We can talk.
Yeah, if you want to collab.
Yeah. I mean, anything. You know what I mean?
If you just want to slide in the DM.
Oh, wait a minute.
Nah,
Nah.
DM's closed.
DM's
DM's closed.
If you out.
Nah, DM's closed, man. DM's closed.
Well, shout out to U3 Radio. This is your boy DJ Scorpio. We appreciate Kai Factor for coming through.
You already in the building.
We got DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
Creeping.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate her as well. Stop Playing Studios, JG. Y'all already know what it is.
In the building.